directly connected to blood. Professor Kaladada, Korubo, Professor of Hematology and Blood Transfusion, River State University, consultant hematologist. You're welcome, Professor Kaladada.
Thank you very much.
And Dabota, hi.
Hi, Sam.
I apologize, I'll introduce you properly. Omubo Pepple Dabota, she's Executive Director, Sickle Cell Awareness and Health Foundation and a registered nurse. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, Sam.
All right. Thanks for joining us. So World Blood Donor Day takes place on the 14th of June each year. The aim is to raise global awareness of the need for safe blood, blood products for transfusion, and of the critical contribution voluntary, unpaid blood donors make to national health systems. Now, I want to take those words out. Donating blood is not just for the sole purpose of transfusion. What are the benefits does it have?
Okay. Okay, so the benefits of blood transfusion. I will start with asking you what value you place on life. Can you give a monetary value to life?
Monetary?
Yes. So life is priceless. And when you give the gift of blood, you are giving the gift of life to somebody. So it's a priceless gift. And I don't see a benefit that supersedes that. So for me, that is like the biggest benefit of being a blood donor. You know that you have helped in saving somebody's life. Now, apart from that, if somebody is a regular blood donor, anytime you come to donate blood, you have something like a mini blood check, a mini health check, because you get to check your blood pressure. We've had like an instance where somebody came to donate blood, but they couldn't donate because their blood pressure was so high. And of course, the person had to be referred to the doctor who will take care of the person. Because aside from that, how many of us actually go to check our blood pressures? So blood pressure check, what your blood level is. We've also had people who thought they were okay, came to donate blood, and then you find out that your blood level is even lower than normal. So there's a problem. Go and check yourself. So it's like a health check. We do screening for the blood donors, HIV screening, hepatitis screening, and so on. So they also get to know what their HIV status, hepatitis, and all that are. So those are benefits to the donors. There are also things, if somebody is a voluntary donor that donates regularly, we call them healthy blood donors. And why we call them healthy blood donors is because once you know that you are a regular blood donor, there are certain lifestyle practices you are going to shy away from. So you're likely going to live a social life. For example, exposure, unprotected intercourse, and so on, and things like that can aid, or rather, that can.
It's aid. Did you see?
Transfusion can transmit certain infections, which can be transmitted sexually. That's what I'm trying to say. And there are people that live risky lifestyles. But if you know you're a blood donor, a regular blood donor that gives blood voluntarily, you are likely to shy away from these practices. So it's going to help you indirectly. It's going to help your lifestyle. It's going to help your health. It's going to give you mini health checks from time to time. So there are lots of benefits. And then, of course, if you are a regular blood donor that gives blood voluntarily, notice I'm hammering on voluntarily.
Yes, I can. I will get to that anyway.
So if you are a regular blood donor that gives blood voluntarily, in the event that this blood donor also has a need for blood, he's also going to get blood voluntarily given to him. So the benefits are limitless, if you ask me.
Thank you. Okay, so from what you've explained, it feels like you are living your life is now responsible for other, because now you want to be very careful for yourself and for whoever may need the blood that you have to give.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because once if you are really a voluntary blood donor, because there's a mental state, there's a mental thing that comes with it. If you are really voluntary blood donor, then you are not going to do anything that is going to, destroy your chances of being able to give blood voluntarily when it's your time to give blood, because blood donors should be able to give blood every 3 to 4 months if they want to be regular voluntary blood donors.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's 5:30. Time for the headlines. After that, we keep talking about blood. Don't go anywhere.
Headline News, Nigeria Info on
92.3.
Headline News.
Good evening. I am Constance Mega with the news. Attacks by gunmen in Plateau State leave 14 people dead. 70 civil society organizations call on federal government to reverse Twitter ban. Emir of Zazzau, Ahmad Nuhu Bamali, raises alarm. His emirate is under siege. Nigerian army denies 6 soldiers were killed in Ohafia government area of Abia State last week. Nigerian Air Force denies boarding guests at wedding venue in Niger State. Governors in closed meeting in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Today is World Blood Donor Day. On the foreign scene, woman on trial in Germany for suffocating her 5 children. In business, Senate spokesperson Ajibola Bashiru says there are no grazing routes or grazing reserve law in Nigeria's constitution. In entertainment, fashion designer Yomi Casual hospitalized after surviving car accident. And in sports, Portugal captain Cristiano Ronaldo set for Euro 2020. Well, those are the headlines. More news comes your way at 6. Contact our newsroom on 0818 900 0017. Thank you for listening.
Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office.
Talking about only 4% of donated blood comes from voluntary donors. That's low.
It's appalling, isn't it?
It is. Now, when I was reading about World Blood Donor Day, the WHO site that had the information kept hammering, just like you are, on voluntary donation.
Yeah.
And you could tell it was a deliberate agenda to push people in that direction.
Yeah.
Which is not exactly bad. But then, if people want money for their blood, is it wrong?
Okay. Now, why the WHO is hammering on... Okay, first, let me start by saying we have 3 groups of donors.
Okay.
The first group is this voluntary blood donors who we are celebrating today. It's all about voluntary blood donors today. Yeah. The second group are the family replacement donors. Okay. So a man wants to donate for his wife, wants to donate for his child, wants to donate for his mother, and so on and so forth. That is the second group, which is not so bad, but still the person has something to gain because he wants to help his brother, he wants to help his sister.
Yeah.
Now the third group, which incidentally in Nigeria constitutes the majority of donated blood, are the commercial paid donors. So they want money for their blood. Now, why we frown on them is because if I want 10,000 naira to give you my blood, certain things, like we were talking about lifestyle practices and certain things, even up to when last you donated. I may have gone to a different hospital and donated last week, and then I come today to a different hospital and say I want to donate. I'm not going to be truthful because I need that 10,000 naira.
Yeah.
So studies have shown that the safest blood comes from voluntary, non-remunerated, that is, you are not being paid for that blood, free blood donors, voluntary donors. Why? Because if I came, I said, okay, I want it's a blood drive. Okay, I'm interested. Let me come and donate. And then you ask me, when last did you donate? I say, okay, I donated last week. You tell me I can't donate again. I will just go. Or maybe you ask certain questions. I'm more likely to answer you honestly because I'm not doing it for money.
Yeah.
So the safest blood comes from people who give blood voluntarily, and that is what we're hammering on. Now, in terms of statistics, in Nigeria, you've already said that our voluntary blood comes from less than 4%. So that is appallingly, it's appalling. Yeah. And then the commercial donors make up more than 90% of blood that is donated in Nigeria. That is also appalling. So we have a very long way to go in terms of the drive for voluntary blood donations, because there are some countries that practice 100% voluntary blood donation.
Really?
So if you go to a country that their blood is only by voluntary blood donation, you would look so, in fact, you would look like a criminal coming to the blood bank and saying, take my money and take my blood for money. And that is where we should be aiming to. Of course, we're not going to get to 100% in one day or in 1 year, but I mean 4% is appalling, and that is why we are on this media campaign.
It is low. Dabota, how you doing?
Hi, Sam.
So the reason why I'm not even paying attention to you is because we've had this conversation at least 5 times.
And you're tired of me, right?
No, not that. I just don't know any new questions to ask you.
Are you kidding me? So no new research, no new
Information.
Forgive me for not going too far. Who is eligible to donate?
Is it me?
Yes.
I thought you didn't have any question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'll start with age. Someone who is above 18.
Okay.
And so we could get at 50. But the thing is, as the age goes up, and there's more chances of person to have other disease conditions like hypertension and diabetes and the rest that cuts the person out.
Right.
And then we also have to talk about blood level. You hear them say PCV, or blood level packed cell volume. The person's blood should be at least 36% for female donors, and then for male donors we could do 38 to 40% for male donors.
Okay.
Yeah, how to specify female and male, because normally the blood level for the both genders are different, slightly different. Yeah, so you use a different value for the both of them. Then the person is not supposed to have any kind of cardiovascular condition, like no heart condition. Person shouldn't have diabetes, any kind of extra medical condition that interferes with the person's state of health. The person is also supposed to be free from transferable blood kind of conditions, like blood-borne conditions like HIV, hepatitis B, syphilis, and the rest. The person should not have donated in at least the past 3 months. That simply means that you donate every 3 months.
Yeah.
The person should weigh at least 50 kg. At least 50 kg. So someone who is weighing 49 kg by default is disqualified from donating. I think that's
9 points, maybe 8.
It's not 50.
Okay.
In medical school, if you like have 0.9, it's still not 50.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's like the main. The person should, there are certain drugs too the person will be on, the person that disqualifies the person from donating blood.
So basically, you should have a clean bill of health.
Yes,
exactly.
You should be healthy. You can't give blood if it's not healthy to the next person. You're just transferring whatever you have to the next person.
That's well.
Plus, it should be safe to the donor also.
Yeah, just like you said, it's also good for you because you're checking that you're okay and good enough to donate. Now, I know that there are rare blood types. We have different blood types. Those rare ones, should they donate as well?
Of course. There's nobody that has a blood group that is only for him or for her.
Yeah.
So the rare blood types should even donate more, so that those who have those blood types
can have
also
access
have
to
access to blood.
Interesting. Now, we've heard about certain foods that help to boost, blood. If you go to the village, you'll say, eat vegetable. So that
very good.
Yeah,
has
so
nice supply of folic acid.
Tell us about diet plans that help, the blood.
Okay, so are you talking of in terms of the donor or in